annoying than having a fabulous plan and then figuring out it's not going to work. Oh dear. This weekend has been an odd one. I planned where I wanted to go. I'm currently at Staithes, as the alert amongst you have probably realised. And I didn't want to do the obvious shot, which is just at the top here. So I've come down to the bottom of Staithes and I'm in the harbour. And what I wanted was this jetty here, this pier. There's a lovely kink in the end of it. And I thought, oh, that could be quite nice. But I can't get myself into a position where it's possible to actually do it. There's some nice boats moored out on the harbour, but having a penchant for long exposures means that they're going to end up blurry. So I've had a hunt around, and you have a huge bank of cloud over here, which is kind of hiding the sun. Although over in this direction we've got some lovely sun and some lovely cloud light. So I've settled on a composition using these rocks in the foreground. Not sure if we can bend you down. Here we go. Down here. So I'm doing a focus stack. I've taken my first exposure, focused on the rocks, and then I have focused up on the horizon. I've got 3 filters on at the moment. A 10 stop would be too long. So I've got 2.6 hard grads and a 0.6 soft grad staggered. So that I'm getting the nice smooth water, which is bringing out that beautiful aqua blue that you get first thing in the morning with the soft light. So I'm shooting at f13, ISO 100, and I've got 6 seconds. And that is giving me a nicely exposed mid and background to the image. There's just a very, very slightest amount of movement in the clouds, which is all I was after. They're not moving, although there is a wind, they're not moving very fast. I say it's different, I don't know if it's going to work. But all the best laid plans and that. So I'm just going to faff around a little bit more with the filters. I did try one with the polarizer on, but because the angle that the sun's coming in at, it's really not kind of working. It's giving me that horrible half and half sky, which really doesn't look well. Now there is, let's see if we can see this, some annoyingly nice cloud coming up there. But there's nothing really around there. I have seen some nice rocks on a ledge, but you can't actually get to them. And then you've got a cliff face to your left, which kind of blocks the image altogether. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. I might pop the 10 stop on. I am going to take another basic foreground, another base shot, because the light has changed. And so that I know which image belongs to which, I'll take a shot with my hand in front of the lens. So everything before that belonged to the first one, everything after it belongs to the second shot. So I'm going to focus again on the rocks, and then I'll crack on and do some focus on the horizon and see what we can get. In search of a waterfall. I've seen a couple of pictures of it on the web. I can't seem to find, I found it, but I can't get to it unless I fancy sliding down a hillside on my backside, which I'm really not in the mood to do. So I've come for a wander up through these woods. Spooky. There's a carpet of gold on the floor where the pine trees have dropped the needles and they've all died. It contrasts really nicely with the dark tree trunks but I can't find a composition, which is really frustrating. I'm going to keep looking. I may yet find something. I've spotted this wall. Actually, I didn't spot the wall. As I walked up the way, I saw this glowing green. And it's the lichen on this wall and the moss. It absolutely glows. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. I know when you get into the woods, the lichens tend to glow a bit, but I have never seen anything as vibrant as this. It's absolutely amazing. And I've wandered around here now for about 15 minutes, determined to find the composition, because that, against the gold and the dark wood of the trees, I think works quite well. I've finally settled on something. I think it's going to be a meh shot. You're either going to like it or you're going to hate it. I'm middling on it. I'm not there yet. So I've set the tripod up in a very precarious position. We've got legs at all sorts of strange angles. I have got the camera set to, where are we? F7.1. And I've got 1.3 seconds. And I've got all manner of bizarre combination of filters on. I've got a 0.6, a 0.3, 0.6 hard grad, 0.3 soft grad. And I've staggered those two from the top down. And then I've put the reverse grad on. And I've pulled it all the way down because this area, this golden area, was picking up the light. And it was just far too bright for what I wanted. I think it's going to end up cropped as probably an 8x10. And it's quite difficult because the tree is playing hell with my OCD. Let me see if I can find this tree that I'm talking about. Where are we? No, it's not there. That's the one. That's actually curved. Doesn't look it, but it is. And I just, I want to straighten it up. Oh. And the trees behind it are not all uniformly straight. But I think it kind of works quite well. It sort of leads you down. The wall goes down into the distance and falls off. It's fallen down in various places. And the trees are just turning to a really dark, mysterious background. The green on the rocks has come out perfectly. And then I've got a small area of the carpet of gold. I say, I may be clutching at straws, but I definitely felt there was an image here. And as I say, 15 minutes I've spent wandering around, trying to find something, and I think this is the best I can get. I'll be interested to know your thoughts. I'm now going to head back down, because it started to rain, and have one last attempt at getting to this waterfall, because it looks really nice. We're actually fairly close to Falling Foss, and didn't want to go there again. So I'm going to have one last attempt, and maybe I will end up sliding down the bank on my backside. Until the rain started, that was a really good morning. It's been a strange kind of a weekend. Been to some places I've never been before. Had a fabulous time in Maddie. Skinning Grove has got definite possibilities. But I believe it's one of those places where you need a sky. You need either dramatic stormy clouds or sunset or sunrise with the clouds lighting up in the sky. With the pier jutting out, that would work really well. And also the cove round the side. That little bay is gorgeous. But it gave me the chance to try the black card technique, which if I'm going to continue to use the variable filter, the circular variable ND, I'm going to need to perfect that skill. But I think the images have turned out fairly well. They're not print-worthy, they're not startling compositions, but it allowed me to practice and to show you guys how you can work with not an ideal setup. Staithes, I'm pleased with the image I've got. It's a little bit different. It's certainly not the normal Staithes image. There's nothing wrong with the normal Staithes image, but it wasn't the one that I wanted. I wanted something a little bit different. And then the Waterfall, again, maybe during full autumn, it's the end of autumn now, the leaves have all gone, it needed something down there, but there's a bit of a record shot, and I do like waterfalls anyway, so it wasn't a complete waste of a downhill bit of a jaunt. And that wall, I have never ever seen a wall glow that green. It was absolutely phenomenal. And it's one of those images where I'm walking around and my heart's going, there's an image here. There is definitely an image here. You've got foregrounds, you've got points of interest, you've got startling contrasty colours. And my head's saying, nope, nope, there isn't an image here. It's different. Maybe that's what my problem was. Maybe it is too different. It's out of my comfort zone. So I'm back at Maddie. I'm going to have a cup of tea. And as it is now raining quite nicely, I'm going to win my way home. So thank you for watching. Thank you so much for all the comments and all the subscriptions. I hope you've enjoyed this little weekend. It's a bit different to what I would normally do. And I will look forward to seeing you guys next Sunday. Bye!